Okay, welcome back, guys. So, we're gonna be working on the third scar in here. So, I would like to let's turn this off for now. Set this to dots, and then we need to create a new layer for this. But just before I create a new layer, actually, I would like to let's see if we can. Okay, let me scale this out a bit more this way. All right, I think this should okay. Let's do up also, like so, should be fine. All right, let's create a new layer. Okay, yeah, this should be fine. Can work with this. So I want to now create something like this, but I will do something slightly different, though similar to this, but slightly different. Something that feels more or less like some kind of C shape sort of. So let me put this here for now. So I'm gonna use this as my main reference though. Then create something that looks more like a C shape. So let's start by creating the marks for it. So something somewhat like so. Okay. Let's do a bit more here. So I'm not going to go around and then close this around here. Let's fill up let's fill up the inward part. So I'm going to increase the brush size a bit more and fill up the inward parts of this. Fill up the edge. Okay. There's something somewhat around here. We're going to break it up also too by creating some extensions around some of the edge of this. Like something around here. Okay. Here also. Here also. Okay. Similarly also around here. Same here. Here also. There's something like this should be fine. Yeah, we can work with this. So I'm going to invert the marks. Then under the formation, I get a side view on this. Then get this up. Since somewhere around here should be fine. Yeah, this should be fine. So let's go to the lower subdivision level for this. Then blur this out a little bit more. Go back to the highest subdivision level. Okay. Maybe when you smooth the edge, some of this edge down a bit more. Let's go to the lower subdivision level and then smooth some of the edge. So just make them feel uneven. So it doesn't feel like they all have the same height intensity for them. So that should help. Let's go back to the highest subdivision level. Then with the clay build up brush, take down the intensity. Let's get a close up view in here. Okay. Then we extend them out. Something like so, just to add some texture to it. Okay. All the way to the edge. Let's not forget this edge. Go across. Okay. Go over this. Let's move the camera to the other side. Let's continue on from the other side. All right. Yeah, this should work. Okay. Yeah, we need to kind of obviously smooth that out just to get some smoother edge to it. But this should work just fine. Okay. Yeah, then let's smooth this out. Let's get some smooth around this. Okay. I think we need to use a bigger brush size for this. And let's randomize the smooth intensity around this. Let's go one subdivision level lower instead. Okay. Yeah, maybe two more subdivision levels lower. Nah, this is just washing everything off. So let's go one subdivision level higher. Then smooth this down. Get some variation on the smooth. Okay. Let's get close up in here. Clean this up. Right. I think we can work with this. Yeah, this we can work with. So basically, let's go to okay. Now let's go to them standard brush. Let's go to a lower subdivision level. Increase the brush size some more, and let's add some cuts break up to this. Okay. No, that doesn't look unique. Yeah, something like this should work. Something like this should work. So let's go and increase the subdivision level. Yeah, I think we can work with this. So let's remove the marks now. Let's start adding some of this break up around this. I think we can use the standard brush to do that. Let's try using the standard brush. Let's see what we get. Yeah, this will actually work. This will actually work. Okay, something like so. Just to make it feel like there were stitches on here previously. So I'm basically trying to recreate that in here. Okay. Yeah, this is working. This is working just fine. All right. Same here also. Let's create some longer lines in between some of this. Yeah, I think this will work just fine. This we can work with them standard brush. Let's create some lines, some deeper lines across this, just to break up the surface a bit more with some little more dented lines. Yeah, this should be fine. Okay, just adding another extra little bit of detailing on the air just to make it feel slightly a bit more unique. Yeah, this will work just fine. So now we can save this out now as a new Scar Alpha. Zoom in a bit more. Yeah, something like this should be fine. So we can grab dog from this also too. So let's go standard brush, grab dog. So we have it in here now. Let's let's test this on. Let's test this on the sphere. Okay. Let's set this to drag rec and drag something out here. So yeah, this will work just fine. This will work just fine. So now we can save this now. Let's do an export. Let's save this as car 3. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. So we'll continue on in the next lesson where we create Okay, we can create a different type of scar. Maybe some, yes, let's create this instead. We create this instead. I think we can create this also. Or maybe something slightly different. Maybe slightly different shape. Maybe we can use one of these shapes around here to create that instead. We can use something like this to create an additional scar. Oh, this is a good one here. This is another good one here. You can do something like that. So let's do that in the next lesson. So I'll see you guys in the next lesson.